Hey there, you heathens. Dr. Groovy Scott Grove of GroovyMusicLessons.com to give you some nasty, stanky bass guitar lessons here for beginners and intermediates who just need some shit to play. Okay? You've got your normal stuff you're playing, your whole notes, your quarter notes, your eighth notes, 16th notes if you're lucky, and 32nd notes are just ridiculous, but hey, might be cool. This is going into the vein of distorted bass guitars that have actually the crappiest mid-range tone you can get. Reason being that it gets through every mix there is. If you think about most recordings, the bass guitar is left in the dust. You hear the kick drum, but you don't hear the bass guitar. You hear everything else, the lead guitar, the lead vocals, but where the hell is the bass? It goes along with some of my frequency lessons that I've tried to teach you that let you know how to get in the mix and how to actually be heard. There are those people who go for those awful tones. One's dead. Well, there are a lot of them that are dead. Like Lemmy, he would go through the full Marshall guitar stacks and play chords, and even the infamous or self-absorbed Gene Simmons thing with his Ampeg V4s turned to 20. He's got his own signature head, has back when. It's gotten this big now, his head. Okay. Anyway, so both of them have something in common. Gnarly, disgusting bass tones, but they just, that's the one thing you can hear for sure on any recording or live. It just, I mean, comes right through there. And it's not that it is so bottom-endy, it's just that you hear every nuance in their playing, and it is distorted to a degree. It's what it is, but it adds the edge to everything. And plus, if you're in a three-piece band, even more awesome, because if you're playing heavy, you're playing heavy. Why do you want a completely clean bass tone? I don't know. I love a completely clean bass tone on everything I do, unless it comes to stuff like this. Okay, so I haven't made a video quite like this for you guys yet. Again, no matter what style you play, there are cool licks on here that are just going to fly by, and I'm leaving the normal crap alone. Okay, so let's get down here, let's get dirty. I picked up a 4-string, I had a 5er in my hand, and I realized the people who are actually going to be watching this are probably going to be doing 4-stringers. Okay, so we will start with just the very basics. Do you have a little bit of hair on your bass? Okay. Okay, so it will be that type of stuff. Very busy, very overplayed. I'll show you all these and ways. I'll show demonstrations of when to use it, when not to use it, and then you can totally disregard that and use it whenever the hell you want. If you do all this stuff all the time, it will get very annoying. So do what you normally do and add this stuff in, like salt, pepper, salsa, arsenic, whatever you're into, man. Some anthrax. Oh, or the band. Okay, so all you beginner folks that are somewhat beginners, I know you're doing, let's go in A. If you're sitting there riding your A at your 5th fret on your E string, all you're doing, fine, that gets you somewhere, and that has a place, and it has a huge place in a lot of things. You follow the bass drum, and if he's doing double bass shit, you try to do double bass shit. Grab the pick, can give you a sound that fingers just flat out won't. That's why I'm using it. That's why these other people used it. It just adds that percussive thing and enables you to play about 30 times faster. You can glue about 6 of these, pull the fans out of these little battery operated fans, put these in the slots where the blades were, and have like 5 or 6 picks in there. Turn on that little battery operated fan and put it down here. It goes brrrr. It's like a flipping drill, man. Alright, so you people, again, A. You to know that there is the G behind there. So back to the 3rd fret. Yes, it's a Gene Simmons lick, but it's a lick from everybody else too. But just to add some bounce to what you're doing, or okay, it gets you to that kind of stuff. So let's get this tabbed out for you. Okay, you see what I'm doing there? It's just a hammer on from 3 to 5. Okay, the little riff that was in there was simply going to the 3 and the 5 on the A string. Okay, 3, 5, 3, 5, and 5 on the A. 3, 5. Okay. Okay, see it? I just went to the 3. And then go 3, 4, 5 on your low E2. I'm just going right through these to get these beginners caught up with us. So anybody that's yawning through this, just wait, you got more coming up. So that is a quick way to get rid of the boredom for you, and maybe the boredom in the song, depending on how advanced the band is. Instead of doing this, or not instead of, but adding to it, maybe just put that note in. Okay, don't use all of this stuff, especially all at once. Use little bits and pieces. Octaves. Skip a string, skip 2 frets. Octaves. And no, I won't be doing any popping and slapping in this video. It's not what it's about. Okay, so that's very basic stuff. Same thing, we're going to bring it up to the A string open. And we're going to go to the 5th fret of your D string and the 7th. It's going to do the same thing. We had a G and back to A. We're going to do the same thing, a G and an A, 5 and 7 on the D string. And you can do the A by itself on the A string. Or you can bounce back and forth. What's that stuff? Same thing you did before. No difference, it's just up here now. So you're doing the now 5, 7, and now you can do the same thing, okay, with the, you're going up to actually C and D. Here's C, D. That's 5 and 7 on the G string. Okay, so know that. It's the same as what we were doing before, but you're just in a new location. So you can go. That's same thing again. You're like, what was that other thing you did? That I'll show you that right away. Again, these are all just licks that you may or may not know, but we all need them. That is very simple. If that's enough for some of you, move along. Okay, we're in A. Okay, we're at the D string, 7th fret. Okay, we're going 7, pull off to 5. A string 7, D string 5, A string 7, slide down to 5. Play the 3, and then the 5 on the E. Okay? That's backward. Play it backwards. Or you can do. That's a very cool riff. I'll throw it at you real quick and you can pick it up at your own time. That's why you get rewind. Start at the low E on the 5. We're going 5, 3, 5, then 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, and finally 7. Okay, or whatever. Okay, phrasing is up to you. I'm giving you the notes. They're correct. Put them whatever order you want. I'm giving you a whole bunch of sticks and clay and other dangerous tools, and you go build your own house, all right? I'll give you the materials. Okay, we need a major chord. Why? Because you play in minor all the time. No, because this is just something every bass player needs. I told you these are going fast. I'm going to go your A, then your octave A, 7th on the D, and now I want you to take 5 and 6 on your G. So you got 3 things going. What's even cooler, instead of, that's cool in itself, use it that way. It's a great way to end a song or to put in the middle, which I will show you in a second. A lot of people get to the song end of it. Okay? Or take both fingers and go from 6 and 5 on your D and G. Go up to it. Either way. You've heard it a million times. There's the don't take that one lightly. Everybody uses it. Just because I'm skipping it quick, don't think it's not necessary or you'll use it your whole life. Yeah, the Warren Zevon lick. Okay, coming up. You have no idea what I'm talking about, but Brown Eyed Girl. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine too. They are just simple bass chords that are derived from my mind, anyway, from the song Brown Eyed Girl by Warren Zevon, the late great. Okay, so you got open A, octave A on the 7, then you got 6 on your G. What we just did. Now we're going to keep the A open, move these up to 9 and 7, then 11 and 9. These will become more demonic in a minute. I'm playing them soft so you can actually hear the notes, and you will hear them, feel them in a second. You know, something that Duff might have used back in the old G&R days, you know, when he did a lot of Duffy things. We can do some quick hammer-ons and some work here. Okay, so I'm just taking and going to the 9th fret of the G string. You can do it however you want. I'm using my pinky. Same thing up here. So here, I'm actually only doing 1 fret, so going from the 6th to the 7th. And you can go up as much as you want. Use your theory, use your ear, use whatever. You can go. Okay, so that kind of thing. Very groovy, I think. That's another one that's cool for chords. I know you guys need chords too to fatten it up whenever the guitar players are off doing their skinny strings. Okay, do the A. It's nice when you're in A because you have the low open string. And you can actually form this chord again, which is A, then 7th fret for your octave A. Okay, and now we're actually going to use what's the 5th of this, which is going to be your E note up here at the 11th fret. I'm sorry, 9th fret. It's always my bad. 9th fret of the G. Okay, a cool thing about this one is, number one, you can always do the old guitar playing stuff that you learned when you were 4 years old. So you can do. Don't forget, it's there. You might need it sometime. Okay? As goofy as it sounds, you can use it. Don't go by the actual phrasing I'm using. You can use those. See, it changes everything. Phrasing, phrasing, phrasing. Location, location, location. Okay, the thing I wanted to show you about this is just, again, root, root, 5th. These are the metal type of things that sneak in or give things flavor, again, when the skinny string players are over there doing whatever, or when you're taking a solo. It doesn't matter. That's what I call it when I go to the bathroom for number 2. I'm taking a solo. I'm not dropping the kids off the pool, I'm taking a solo. I'll leave it at that. Okay, doing the old knuckle shuffle on the piss pump. Alright, I didn't leave it at that. Okay, so this, bring the 5th, which is your 9th fret on your G, back a half a step, which means 1 fret. You've heard that a million times. Flatten it out so you got 7 and 7. And then this. You don't have to slide it, but it's just those 4 notes I want you to think about. You've heard these a million times, but okay, so there, I just used some of the stuff. Hey, let's turn that tweeter down. Alright, you bastard. Alright, oh, one more time. Let's see how much shit I can knock over in the meantime. Alright. Okay, I'm going to turn on the old drum thing over here and play just some of this basic crap for you, then give you the same thing to play along with using what we've learned so far. Play again your own phrasing. Again, what I'm playing is to show you the notes and give you ideas. That is it. Okay? So your stuff will require you to rearrange and dearrange these notes in any particular key, making no difference. Okay? So here we go with the cheesy Casio. Put it in the PA. There you go. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes of this. Have at it. Play whatever you want, all right? There you go. Okay, I'm going to cut the power down and come right back in about 2 and 2. You guys don't go anywhere. All kinds of new ideas coming up right after this little spinning thing. Okay, back for round 2 of 3. That's right, you're stuck with me. Okay, this time I'm going to go to a groove more like, we'll end up putting it here. You're going to have this track too. Okay, so just something a little harder hitting, not faster. We're just going at 120 beats a minute, which is typical and on the slow side for some metal, but it is just the world standard of beats. Keeps everybody on the dance floor if you're even worried about such things. Probably not. Alright, but okay, so let's get it in something that is not open. Okay, everything before you can apply to your open E, your open D, your open whatever. Depends on how many strings you have. Some of you have 6-string basses. Apply it everywhere, okay? So same stuff, different strings, gets you the same results, higher and lower, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now let's just go to the key of G, okay? Okay, this one I like. It has something that everybody is using, especially, I better say everybody, because I don't know why people just like to do this. I guess I'm a fan of it too. It's just the simple harmonic, okay? And most people will hit it with the back of their fingernails, but since we are picking, don't forget, bass players do it deeper. Old bumper sticker I read once. I'm a white guy, so I just find it funny just because of the sticker. I don't know it from experience. Okay, so in G, of course our G string at the 5th fret, we have a harmonic. You don't know what a harmonic is? Touch the string, don't push, touch it as lightly as a feather, and simply pick it. You don't even have to take your finger off and it will ring. Or you can hit the D and G string, which is what everybody does. And then what they like to do is bend their neck, which is fine. Just do a little bit because everybody does it. That's why everybody jumped off the bridge. Yes, Mom, because they all did it too. Okay. Okay. It's just what everybody likes to do. Okay. You got the G again if you want it. At your 12th fret. So just remember that as you're doing something. You're just okay. I know it's stupid, but people like it. It is a thing, and you better learn a thing. Okay, so in G, I'm going to have a thing where I'm actually going to change up and go to the C afterwards. Yes, we're not just going to stay in one little thing for this one. I want to show you the power of when you switch from like G to C, very normal, your 1 to your 4, how coming up from underneath it, if you don't know how to do this already, is making a difference. And if 5-string players, if you can come up from your low B string up to your G in the same manner, it'd be awesome if you follow along, even though you're going to be playing slightly different notes than I am. Okay, so in G, everything is going to remain the same, except for you have no open strings. Okay, which is, well, you do have your open G string. It can be very flighty and almost gimmicky sounding if you actually do open G string stuff. You got but if you want it, here it is. Yep, I told you I'd give it to you. It is a dominant 7th scale. So it's just your do, re, mi stuff, but then a dominant 7th. So think about it as open, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12. Okay? And it's just simply the break point in here is going to be at the 7th fret. You'll see what I mean. So you can stop there. That's the best place to stop at, which is a 5 or a 5th of a chord. Okay, so that's a good place to do such things. If you're going to carry it all the way up, go right ahead. If you're coming backward, you don't have to go back to the G. You can stay on the D. So you can see where that can or cannot be useful to you or for you, but I bet you will play it. What I was doing earlier was something that is incorporated with that, and that is simply doing an open D, okay, and hammering it on and pulling off at the 5th fret. Okay, then same thing on the G string 4th fret, go back to the same on the D, now 5th fret of the G, back to the D, now up to the one that I told you is our break point, the D, or the 7th fret of the G. So if you want to use that during a solo thing and it's for you, it's cool when you have a bass wah turned on or an envelope filter, same type of a thing. If you can do it with one finger, it's even cooler if you can do it over the top of your neck. It's just one of those things, or do it behind your back. I have a big, huge, long hair here. It must have come from me. So, again, if you do it with one finger, okay, so that's it. And if you want to do more guitar player type stuff, you can do that hammer-ons, pull-offs from the same scale I showed you. Make sure you get 2 full notes for everything, don't slop it. Okay? So that's the way that goes. Any way you want to incorporate that or not incorporate it. Okay? The other thing, which is usually, again, slap and pop oriented, but since we have some groove going on here, or some dirt going on, is to actually maybe not do the octaves. I'll show you the octaves because they are there if you want them. Okay? And that is if you're going... Okay? No matter what the riff is, I don't care if that's what you're playing, it makes zero difference. It's irrelevant. Most of this is. Okay? And that's what's the part I'm trying to teach you, is going back 4 frets. Okay? You're actually going back 3, but it looks like 4 because you're actually 4 frets are involved. So you're actually just going from the G. You're going back 1, 2, 3 frets. So 1, 2, 3. It takes 4 notes to get back up to where you were. Okay? So what would normally make you be able to remember this is disco. Yes, disco here, disco there. And that's just octaves. Yes, I'm going to show it to you. And you can use it however you want because you will. Okay, 3, and then skip a string, go to the D string, go to 5. Just keep them just like that. Okay, so there I just used that to go up to the C like I was talking about. Okay, and then we came back down. So we went underneath the C, coming up to it, but in a usually unconventional way. Usually you'd be doing the G. You know, if you're doing that kind of stuff. Okay, or the... So there I am using the part I'm actually trying to get at. Okay, you can use the if you want to go there. But the thing I was trying to show is there's 4 notes in every little measure, in every little bar, so you can think about it. Okay, 4 notes. Use them how you will. Space them how you will. Starts to sound like the tuba from jazz band at school when you're out marching on the field. Okay? You can do it that way and be Batman. Batman! Or Chapman. Okay? Same thing. There I am double timing it instead of... I'm actually going into cut half time to get it all in. Or... Okay? So those are just very basic things, and so for the G thing. And of course these can happen in anything. These are just the things that are that everybody uses, and a few different ideas. And again, it's all about the way you phrase it. Okay, let's get this one out of the way. Everybody needs these. These are just the meat and potato licks everybody has to have. This is just a straight shot at the old scale, but if you play it correctly, meaning with authority, and that is it, because music is 100% your thing, make it how you want, is this. You're not leaving anything out. You're going from the G, I'm going up this way. Okay, so we're going from 3 up to the A for all the rest of the stuff. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then backward. I don't hit it here again, unless you want to, but I'm going. This here sounds like Stray Cats. If you want to do that to get your speed up, cool. I just played soft and the distortion went away. Okay, but okay, so there it is. It's just something. Okay, everybody needs something. And don't forget from before. Same lick from A. Okay, that's always cool. Let's find, again with chords. Okay, they're too mushy down here. Lemmy would always do those. It's disgusting. Sorry, Lemmy. If you're going to be doing chords, put them up where they should be and do them when there's solos going on. Okay? Root 5th, root. That's all you need. So here's G all the way up here. Because you know A is here. A is at the double dots. Move it down. So we are at 10, 12, 12. Okay, so whatever you want to do there is cool. Just because you're playing chords does not mean that the grooves or walking parts or whatever you have to stop. Think about it. It's more. Bass is more than learning an instrument because it has to be 1/3 easier than a guitar because it only has 4 strings. Guitar has 6. So by deduction of, it's like, no, don't think of it that way. There's a big difference between bass and guitar. So if you're going to go up here and play like a guitar player, which sometimes you need to, again, 3-piece bands and so forth might need to. Others, like ZZ Top, generally will not go where we're going right now. They just let it be nice and bluesy, and the bass plays what a bass would play in a 10-piece band. Just keeps down the foundation. It's empty as hell, but is what gives it its sound, is the open space, the breath of it. So remember to take a breath every now and then too. It's not always about being busy. The video is about being busy when you want to. Okay, so don't think it's all about being busy all the time. It's about being busy when you want to, and to take 1 or 2 little things from it to use here and there. A lot of information's coming in here, but not a lot of it should transfer to your fingerboard in every song. It just gets old. Too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. Got that too, just like the Johnny B. Good thing or whatever else. Or here. Nothing sounds more crappy than that. It's kind of nice going up there to the 14th on the G. If you're going to be going up doing chord stuff and being all sappy. But hey, we're not here for that. We're here for this. Okay, so balls to the wall, buddy. Okay, again, like I said, don't, if you're going, say that's your thing. You know, keep that going. Whatever it takes, do it. But keep your initial thought or baseline intact, unless this is like a B section, a bridge, or something else in the song. Otherwise, keep your bass part as intact as you can while doing your other shit. That's why it's in here, to show you that. Okay, so as the clock ticks again, I'm going to give you this and just show you, like I did before, different phrasings of what I just showed you. Again, by no means use my phrasing unless you just want to. You're probably a better bass player than I am and will come up with better phrasings. Just giving you more ideas. It's just free help on YouTube. Take it for no more, no less. Okay, there you go. You get about a few minutes of this, or about a minute. Alright, there you go. Be back for part 3 right about now. Alright, so back for the third and final part of this. I'm going to toss this in here. I got this Joyo California sound here. Then I'm going to try for the gain and little overdrive and stuff with this. Of course, it can go all over the place. Like I said, it came free with, I think, my purple Samick Telly or something, but brand new, and it was just in the case and had never been opened, so hey, we'll see what we get. So here's the clean bass amp with it. The drive is only up halfway, you know, so, and all the EQ's flat. Okay, so for the last part of this, I want to concentrate mainly on minor stuff, because the heavier tunes and the heavier bass sounds and the heavier just everything is generally minor, which would get rid of some of the stuff we've done. So we'll just work around that and show you the differences, okay? Because if you're playing in major or other thing like in A, that kind of thing, you know, will not be groovy anymore. I'm going to add a little high end to this too, and some mids for intelligibility, because that there's the actual major third. Okay, so if it was to actually go minor, it would be horrid. Okay, so we don't need that. A thing where it can work well is, just real quick, if anybody plays guitar out there that also would play bass, if you use like a regular E chord, the only way you can get away with it is by playing way back by the bridge. But we have to get rid of that note. And it sounds ugly. So we bring it all the way up here. We still use our low E, and we use 14, 14, and 12. Okay? So you see how it starts to actually become usable as you go back. Up here it's just, it's fine if you don't add the low E with it at the same time, like that's horrid. But if you play the chord, they're just the three notes that are fretted. I'm adding a finger pinky to the 14th fret for that other thing, but that's actually skipping the major third. You can have that. I won't hold you for copyright. Okay, so minor stuff. I'm going to go to good old Gene Simmons again. This here will show you the minor stuff really well. In the key of V, the minor is going to be the G, right here where we had it. So it'll be the G here, 3rd fret. Same thing here. There's your minor, because we're not doing the happy one. That's happy. Minor is a sad or brooding or angry thing. If we did it, let's do this. Yeah, I like that one thing. Okay, so there's a Kiss tune that actually uses this to where you can actually see the difference, hear the difference, feel the difference. Okay, so it shows you the actually kind of cool writing. It's actually repeating itself. It's a little echo thing. But it just simply traces out the minor, 3, 2, 1, you know, in a scale. Your flatted 3rd, your 2nd, and your root. Then root, dominant 7th, 3, 2, 1. So just an echo. So kind of a cool thing whether he meant to be clever or not. Okay, so things when you're doing that, minors. Okay, they have this kind of stuff going on where you can do, again, let's do it from the E up here, 7th fret D string. The notes that are usable, or that you will probably use, are those, the 1, the 2, and the 3rd. So we're going to go 7, 9, 10, all the way up to 12. Now I'm going to do the major 7. Okay, so 7, 9, 10, 12, and then the major 7. I'll take a little bit of the drive off of this, just first time I plugged it in. Okay. Add a little more. It's always going to be right in between, isn't it? Okay. Alright, there's where we want her. Or that's where I want her. There's an old song by Pat Benatar called Hell is for Children. If you know the lick, then you can remember how this minor thing kind of lays around and how you can use it and how you can just have it in your brain easier to reconstruct it or rephrase it your own way. But it's, okay. Easier way, instead of going all the way up to the 12, is 7 on the D. Okay. Okay, so again. What's it mean to you if you're playing along? Okay, so it definitely puts a minor thing going on. Bass guitar, you do not want to stick around on minor thirds very often. Roots and fifths are the groovy thing, but stopping on anything that makes it minor, as far as the third goes, it's just not where you need to go. Again, this is just not going to be, it's just not going to be pretty no matter how much you mess with it. But it would be pretty if you went to the major. But that's not what you want when you're going to try to convince everybody you're a Satanist or something. That's why majors are so happy like that. Okay? Even colonels. Hey, think that one through. I don't know about your privates, but hey! A little bugle call. Think about it. Americans ought to know that one. Okay, so that is the minor deal. Even if the whole song isn't in minor, if you do go to a minor in the song, I'm going to say about 8 out of 10 times you're not going to actually hit a minor third. You're just going to play around with the root. So like say we're in G, and we're in G minor. Okay, so that's the minor, G minor. Then we go to C and it's major. Okay, now there's a little lick real quick. Hey, I was a poet, didn't know it. Is to play the same note twice, slide up into it, but you're actually playing it on different strings. Okay, because I just did a okay. you'll never hear a bass player do it, and you're like, yeah, I see why. No, really, once you're playing it, you'll see the coolness of it, plus it puts you in a whole new position to start playing other things. So I was just playing out of G right here in normal position, and I stopped at the 5th fret on the D string. Then I went up and grabbed it on the 10th fret of the A string, and that puts you right there. Then you're there again. Okay. So that's all in G, and just getting that. See? Okay, so. So it gets you from one octave to another octave to another octave in a way that people aren't used to hearing, but it's just an idea, once again, from Dr. Groovy to you, and again, phrase it your own way. You can phrase your own way. Phrase your own way. I don't think I'm winning a Grammy for that. Okay, so. See. Okay, so other things are to, I would say, keep things very staccato. You're going to find a whole lot of bass players, I mean more than what I'm telling you, that are going to tell you to play and let each single note ring all the time. A lot of famous, not famous, but just YouTube heroes that will be playing. I'll turn the distort off, and they're going to say to let your bass notes ring until the next note. So you hear everything instead of. I'm all for the staccato stuff. Of course you can blend both and do whatever you do, but I'm just wanting to bring this to the table, which is my dog food bowl, thanks to Al Bundy. Another, I just played this the other day, but just to show you a Parasite, again by Kiss. Okay, and stuff like. Okay, that's picking right back here again in Duffy territory. I think that's a brilliant bass line myself, but if you guys remember Sure Know Something, that was actually Paul Stanley doing that one. I always thought it was Gene, but no, it was Paul. Gene was off in Hollywood making out with Cher and Diana Ross at the time. But anyway, this one. Anyway, in D minor. So, minors. Okay, so just remember those, and to be staccato-y, especially if you're going to be doing really quick notes like that, you're not going to get by with it on your fingers. Just give it up. Okay, a lot of things, just like anything else, this is as valid as your fingers or as anything else. Everything has its place. Some people say that place is in the trash or whatever, but no matter what I make fun of or whatever, I mean, things are usable. Everything is usable. So there's no really putting everything down unless you actually have just blown the damn thing up and throw it away. But everything has its uses, even if it's for a tire chock when you're changing a wheel on the bus. The wheels on the bus go round and round. Okay, and again, don't forget octaves, and this here works really well and makes the minor stuff sound fuller. Okay, so E, I'm going to just do octaves here. Okay, so on 7 and 9 on the A and G, you shut up the D string by the under part of your first finger. The meat hits it. Okay. Okay, so that will add some stuff to it too. You can't get that out of your fingers, kids. Maybe Jocko, but he's not here. So I'll play a few of these minor-y things along with a different track. Let you play that track, and I'll call it that for a day. Be enough little things for you to work on. Again, just total off the cuff improv, but hey, it's stuff that you haven't played, hopefully, or if you have, you get a brush up, or you'll go, holy crap, Scott, that sucked. But hey, at least you had something to watch instead of the debates. All right? And they say, put my stuff back on over here. Got to turn it back on. Okay, so now we got the okay, so that's how that gets in there with that. I had to go at a weird tempo, which is why that was there. I'll make any excuse I can, but that was a slow tempo. Okay, but anyway, again, remember, the last thing really is to just give you some room to play with that track. And again, remember, you can do the chord, but get rid of the, I've got some other noise going over there again, but I'm used to it. So if you're going to be doing minor chords, play them up high, get rid of the low note, or use it as in context. Let's see if it works here. so all minor stuff there. And that will take place too over top of your all your walks instead of it will be okay. That's a way to easily remember that. All minor. Start from the beginning of it. Very cool. Okay, here comes your drum things for a couple minutes. Enjoy these. Okay, Dr. Groovy Scott Growth, I'm out of here. Hope you enjoyed the hard stuff. Ladies, you guys take care. Play loud. What else you got to do? Later.